Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Alrighty then. Shall we do this dance? Let's do it. Stop that music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet, also known as Tony Robbins. I don't know why that lady thought that, but anyway, what's today, Tuesday? It's Tuesday, the 22nd of October, 2024, on this beautiful fall day where here in Minnesota, the colors are bright and beautiful all around the neighborhood. And it's nice, cool 50, 60 degrees. I love this. I love fall weather. I really do. After, enduring what little heat we did in the summer, you get the fall and it's nice and crisp in the morning. But then you get these, well, I don't know if you're allowed to say Indian summer days in the afternoon sometimes. And it's great. Just before you have to live through a fucking another Minnesota winter, which winter is coming. It's just like Game of Thrones. Anyway, I hope you all are having a lovely morning. Did I get a let's go from anybody? Let me go check over here. Oh, I did. Thank you, Somnambull Nation, Mike Savage. Let's see. Saint Spooky, why aren't you Foogie? You should pop into the show, and then, well, you can't hear me if you're not here, though. Anyway, I am so happy that you are here. I am so happy that I'm here. And there was a little town hall with, yeah. By the way, if you didn't see Ranting Monkey this morning, I blatantly and shamelessly stole that title, Cankles and Kackles, because, so it was funny. And Monk thought about it, and then he said, I didn't do it. And I'm like, I'll do it. I don't care. I'm sure that someone's going to be upset by that title on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, but I don't give a shit at all. So let's get the day started by saying hello, and then we'll get into the news, mostly just trending stuff today. I don't have a lot of articles open, but man, my favorite aggregator's down, and I'm too lazy to go into the other options. Although, wait, let me see. Let me just check something here. I'm gonna check. Let me see what's going on PJ Media. Anything good over there? Democrat meltdown of 2024. Oh, they're still talking. They're still bitching about that McDonald's stunt. I mean, it's raging all over X, the app formerly known as Twitter. It's hilarious. I gotta tell you. In fact, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that briefly. But anyway, let's say hi first, because I should do that. That's what I do. First in the chat, of course, is Mr. Avocados Diablo, who gets the bell. I'm going to give you another one. There you go. You get 2 bells. How about you? Also, good morning, Kara Soldier, Mike Savage, Blarg, Somnambule Nation, Aaron Meredith, Attack Alpaca. Also, good morning to JB, my other favorite Canadian, Unacceptable Views, Nomads in the house. Also, good morning, Boneheaded Dumbass. It's fun to say that, but sometimes I feel bad because I know you're not a boneheaded dumbass. You're just a normal. I can't even say that. That wouldn't be nice. God, you're not a dumb. Well, I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you are self-aware, or you're just doing that because it's funny, and I would prefer the latter. Also, good morning, Willie won't go home. Also, Tyler F's in the house. Green Badger Outdoors. And Special K on Acid and Darren Root. So that's everyone who is here bright and early. I hope I didn't accidentally skip anybody. That would be terrible, and I would be really ashamed of myself. Thank you again to the people who sharing this show out. Of course, Somnambule Nation and all the people who replied. I said the Let's Go's, Mike Savage and Somnambule Nation, and that's it. Come on. Yeah, look, people. Okay. I need you to understand something here. Let me tell you something, okay? It really helps if you just do it. Just do it. In fact, I'm going to pin it at the top. If you haven't done it, open a new tab, do one of those things, and reply, let's go, to the tweet that I have pinned there at the top of the page, okay? Now, you may not see it right away because obviously my voice comes over here a little bit. Oh, no, you already see it because I pinned it before you heard me say it. So I know it's there. Hello, Shadow Claw. That's a new name. How you doing? Oh, wait, you're a changed name. You're even a horny jailed. What does that mean? Okay, I'm not sure what horny. Okay, you're going to have to explain that. I don't know what that means. Horny jailed. That means you're someone who has a different name because you're jailed in another account or something. Anyway, let's get into what's happening today. Now, normally, you know me, I'm not a big sports guy, right? I don't talk about sports a whole lot. But there is a World Series about to happen, and for the first time in a long damn time, we're going to have a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. And the people are posting about it. Oh, wait, now although this tweet's funny. Me, I'm going to go buy tickets to the World Series game at Dodger Stadium. Also me when I check out the prices. Oh, we're going right back to the back. F that. But anyway, yeah, so there's going to be a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. Whatever, obviously that's a classic rivalry, but that hasn't happened in a long damn time. When they were used to be across town from each other, the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Yankees and Yankee Stadium. So that's kind of cool. At least it wasn't the Mets. Yeah. Here's the thing. I've watched just as many baseball games this year as I've watched WNBA games, which is goose egg. And I probably should have watched the championship series in the WNBA since they're my own hometown Minnesota Lynx, which I claim hometown now. And in fact, when they won their first 4 championships, I did go to a few games that year, and I actually got to go to one of the playoff games. But and I'm really bummed because they lost to the New York Liberty. But it's funny because I've followed the WNBA extensively news-wise because it's been a fascinating phenomenon with this Caitlin Clark thing, which everyone argues about on the internet. Oh God, it's so crazy. If you get into one of these WNBA threads and either Caitlin Clark is mentioned or Angel Reese or anything, remember when there was a point there when I had a Caitlin Clark thing every day? Well, that shit sound crazy. So, but anyway, I haven't watched any baseball this year, which is, I never liked watching baseball anyway. I like playing baseball, but I hated watching it because it's so freaking boring. But anyway, some of you like baseball, so I won't knock you. I won't knock you for liking baseball. All right. By the way, good morning, Revon Harris and Resolute Germ and Lord Stanhope. Nice to have you all here. Thank you, Avocado Steve. I'll be dropping a small bullet in the tip jar, and you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Yes, that's awesome. Thank you, sir. Dropping a small bullet in the tip jar, aka $2.23, which is like a $2.23. You get the reference there, gun peoples. Who says, okay, AD, did that shirt come with a complimentary circa 1984 County Fair Def Leppard Coke mirror and feathery roach clip? Well, funny you should mention that. No, it didn't. But it's funny because I bought this shirt at Sam's Club, and there was a point in time, about it was a year ago maybe, at Sam's Club, where they had a bunch of like, I wouldn't 80s, yeah, mostly 80s, 70s, 80s, bands, t-shirts on one of those tables that they put the t-shirts on. And I was like, I gotta have these. There was a Pink Floyd, there was Def Leppard, there was Kiss, there was the Rolling Stones, and what was the fifth one? There was a fifth one that I didn't have one of my size. But no, I didn't have a County Fair Coke mirror because I wasn't a Coke person. Unless you're describing Coke or Pepsi, but I didn't like New Coke because it tasted too much like Pepsi. But no, no Coke mirror, and definitely no feathery roach clip. Although I think my sister had a couple of those. My sister liked her weed, but that's neither there nor that. But thank you for sponsoring the show. If you'd like to sponsor the show, let's remove this pinned tweet. If you haven't done the Let's Go yet, I'm very disappointed in you. And if you have, well, then you are a superstar, just like Avocados Diabli. But I'm going to move the, if you want to be more like Avocados Diabli, who is certainly one of the great leaders on this show. Why is it only the hijack one? What's up with that? It doesn't seem like Johnny's doing his job. It's really bothering me. Oh, here we go. There, I'll pin this one. If you'd like to sponsor the show, it's greatly appreciated. It certainly helped me yesterday when I realized I had a bunch of money in my PayPal account that I went to pay a bill. So that was good. Oh, Maddie's in the house. Hi, Maddie. And oh my goodness, Tyre Alexander! Well, the Scourge is here. What's up? Ima? What's that? Ima? An RC Cola? Yeah, I remember RC Cola. I've always been a Coca-Cola guy, though. Just classic old style Coke. Not the white puffy stuff either. All right, let's move on because I did my little baseball thing. By the way, thank you. A couple people more have joined on here. Kev Doug, yeah, Randy. Oh, someone laughing. It's thank you for the LFG. Let's fucking go. And I even posted on Twitter that I stole this title, the title up there. I stole that from Ranting Monkey because it was funny as hell. So, okay, here we go. Oh, this is a good question for a poll. I didn't even think of that. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be simple. You can only choose between the two. Here's the poll. You can only choose one. Only one. I don't understand Pepsi drinkers. Although, here's the thing. Oh, Tyre, let me ask you something. I have a theory. And maybe it's just has nothing to do with anything. But, Tyre, would you happen to be from a small town. Okay, the question is, would you happen to be from a small town? Because and the only reason I ask that is because often I find, because my grandparents were Pepsi people, but they lived in a small town. And it's interesting because some people, I've noticed over the years that Pepsi people tend to be from small towns and Coke people tend to be from bigger cities. Now, that may just be a very unscientific way to determine whether or not you're a Coke or Pepsi person, but it seemed to, for the most part, to be true. I didn't understand that. And also, people from small towns drink more Dr. Pepper than anybody else either, too. And I don't ask me why. It just seemed like, small town people, Dr. Pepper, go hand in hand like peas and carrots, as in the immortal words of Forrest Gump. So I'm just curious. Oh, you're born and raised in Baltimore. Okay, well, then I guess there are exceptions to the rule. So here we go. Why not both? Because they taste different. Okay, Ravon, I got a question. Faygo Cola. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. We also have to use, there used to be a store brand in Omaha, and I can't remember the name of it, but they had different flavors, and their cola tasted pretty much like RC, so I'm pretty confident the RC bottling company in Omaha made the generic cola. Does anyone remember those two when they had, I remember generics were a big thing and just be a white box with black lettering. And there was generic cola too, a white can, black, just block lettering, no descriptive anything on it. And that also tasted like RC. So I think they all tasted were from the IC. So anyway, my question to you, Ravon Harris, are you one of those people who really can't taste the difference between Coke and Pepsi? Like if I go to a restaurant and I order a Coke and they say, is Pepsi okay? I usually order a beer instead because I don't know why. And I don't, but right lately in the last several months, I rarely drink carbonated drinks, soft drinks, yuck. That's the Mike Savage. I generally don't drink carbonated drinks anyway. Although I did have a root beer the other day because the Shell Brewing Company, that's a beer, a brewery down in New Ulm, Minnesota. They also brew a root beer called 1919 root beer. And it's almost sacrilege not to order one when it's available. So I will drink a root beer once in a while, but that's about it. All right. A white can with beer. Yeah, it just said beer. Beer. That's all it said. It was a white can, beer in black letters. And that's all it said. Generic. The generic era was hilarious to me. And I don't even think they do generics anymore. Do they? When was the last time you saw a generic package for any kind of product? Just white package, black letters, what it was. Generics are huge, like in the early 80s, mid 80s. Generics were kind of the hot item for some reason. Anyway, all right, should we talk about shit that matters? We talked about the World Series. Some of you may remember the name Daniel Perry. Now, it often gets mixed up with some dude in Texas. Daniel Perry is the guy who was on the subway in New York, and there was a guy threatening a bunch of people. So Daniel Perry kind of wrestled him to the ground and held on to him for a while. And unfortunately, the guy died because he had a kind of a chokehold on him. Well, apparently his trial's coming up, and so a lot of people are talking about it. Some interesting. And personally, I understand what he was doing. But this is one of those cases where he probably should be guilty of manslaughter or something, involuntary manslaughter, accidental manslaughter, even though he was protecting other people. Nobody wants to say it, but I will. I'm just reading some of the thoughts on this. Nobody wants to say it, but I will. Marine veteran Daniel Perry is facing trial because he is a white man living in a very liberal city. Well, that could be because I don't know if the situations are the same. So, and he puts these two examples up. Marine vet Daniel Perry trial start in death of homeless man in New York City subway. That begins, okay. Well, and then he juxtaposes it to this Brooklyn subway stabbing charges dropped against Jordan Williams. Now, I don't remember the Jordan Williams case. I know a lot of people were talking about it at the time. Did I say Penny? I'm sorry, Daniel Penny. See, I even get it mixed up. Daniel Perry is the guy in Texas who shot the guy who was pointed a weapon at him. Daniel Penny is the guy in the New York subway case. I get him. Everyone gets those mixed up. Anyway, so someone here is hoping Daniel Penny is acquitted, then sues Alvin Bragg for malicious prosecution. I don't know that that's malicious prosecution. Look, if you're in a situation, okay, where you're even if you're protecting somebody and you kill them, even accidentally, there is certainly might need to be a penny. I mean, I get the idea why he's a bit of a hero too, because the homeless guy was threatening people, but the homeless guy never touched anybody. Was he threatening with a knife? I can't remember. But anyway, lots of people talking about it. Daniel Penny, someone says Daniel Perry is an American hero and his case should be dismissed. Daniel Penny did nothing wrong. All I'm saying is women who want Daniel Penny locked away kind of deserve to get harassed on the subway. No, nobody deserves to get harassed on the subway, even if they say stupid stuff. He protected innocent lives is what he did. He was brave, upstanding citizen. And in this house, Daniel Penny is a hero. Now, there are other, so most of these people talking about this are saying he shouldn't be prosecuted. Now, there is one exception that I saw this morning, and I'm going to see if I can find it. And let me see if I can find it. It was prominent this morning. Oh, now there are people outside. This is this morning. Protesters have staged outside of Manhattan District Courthouse for the trial of Daniel Penny in an effort to intimidate. This person says Penny's a hero, subdued a violent maniac who is threatening to kill people. Justice system that charges and convicts Penny is shockingly broken. So there's people out protesting Daniel Penny. What's? Wait, hang on. And justice for Jordan Neely, the dude who is threatening to kill people, and racist vigilantism now. I don't know. This is a tough one because I don't see it as vigilantism. I just see him as holding the guy, and they were waiting for the police. What's now? Where's the one? I wanted to show you Tariq Nasheed. Okay, this is interesting. Here's one that I think is anti-Penny. Daniel Penny, a case I will be tracking daily. Recall, he is the former serviceman charged in the death of hashtag Jordan Neely. So obviously this is drawing attention to Jordan Neely on a New York subway when Neely was making threats. Huge case. The scene outside the courthouse today was vibrant as jury selection begins. Vibrant? The vehemence on both sides is palpable. So that's what happened. Does this look vibrant to you? Vibrant? I struggle with everyone getting too excited about this case. Look, Jordan Neely threatening to kill people. Daniel Penny accidentally kills a man. I don't know that there's any, in a way, Daniel Penny's a good guy, but he went too far as I'm concerned. So I don't know. Technically, any action taken by a public in lieu of police is vigilantism. Yeah, I suppose. I always wear a Lone Ranger mask. Yeah, I was saying too, that does not vibrant at all. That looks drab as hell. That looked drab as hell. All right, so anyway, we'll be watching that case as it develops, but it's just starting the jury selection phase. Here's an interesting one, and this is interesting only because of what this company has been doing to people. Largest electronic voting machine vendor is warning Americans to remain silent about their machines. Dominion Voting Systems has sued Fox News, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, Mike Lindell, Newsmax, One American News, for defamation after they shared criticisms of Dominion machines. Now, that's fascinating. So here it is. Dominion Voting posted this tweet, or is it X, or I don't know what they posted on. Dominion is closely monitoring claims around the November 2024 election and strongly encourages use of verified, credible sources of info. We remain fully prepared to defend our company and our customers against lies and those who spread them. And then they have this little link to get the facts. I got a better idea. How about if we just all go back to paper ballots that are counted by hand? That would seem more appropriate to me. But anyway, someone here says, I can't believe Dominion would risk going through discovery, which they've done over and over again because they keep suing people. If Dominion really had Fox dead to rights in their defamation case against them, as many Fox detractors claimed, despite its very strong First Amendment defense that Fox never pressed because Murdoch didn't want to risk further personal embarrassment and discovery, why would they settle right before any real discovery was about to happen, of course, for roughly half of what they are seeking in damages? Well, look, Dominion, which has about a $50 million, in revenue or profits or whatever. I know they're two different things, but for them to make $700 million in a lawsuit is very good business, if you ask me. But that's pretty ominous that they're saying you're not allowed to talk about our machines. They're monitoring social media. They're like, I mean, would they come and sue me for me saying that their machines probably suck? And in fact, there's been several people in Texas in one particular county where they're already talking about how they go in and vote and to check your printout very carefully because they voted for one person and the printout said they voted for another person, so they had to redo it. But if you don't look at it before you go and put it in the little other machine, you're SOL. So check your, if you're voting on voting machines, which we don't do in Minnesota, we vote on paper. But if you're voting on voting machines in your state, check the final, make sure it doesn't change your vote. Okay. And I'm not saying that they do it maliciously. I'm just saying there are certainly some malfunctions in some machines somewhere that's causing them to do that. Let's move on. Paul Tudor Jones is trending, and I had no idea who the F Paul Tudor Jones was until this morning. But apparently he's some kind of billionaire dude with lots of money and knows shit about something. And he's claiming with all roads leading to inflation, he is long on gold and on Bitcoin. Here's the quote.
All the things you're saying, are you off buying gold and Bitcoin? And
I think all roads lead to inflation. We're going to end up,
but if all roads lead to inflation, therefore gold is a good investment. Is Bitcoin a good investment to you?
I'm long gold, I'm long Bitcoin. I think
all the things you're saying.
So anyway,
are you off buying
now,
gold and Bitcoin? And
I think
what the hell happened there?
Lead to inflation. We're going to end up.
Oh, okay. That was weird. You can still see it. I just can't. Holy shit. Okay. I was trying to pause, and all my windows closed. That sucked. Okay. So anyway, let's see. While people who are living paycheck to paycheck are telling you Bitcoin is worthless, billionaire Paul Tudor Jones is giving you the playbook on how to combat inflation. Long on gold, long on Bitcoin. I don't know what that means. I know what it means. He has very high confidence in Bitcoin. I don't know why I'm so worried of Bitcoin. Everyone else is really into it, and I'm sure it's great. Oh, by the way, we have poll results. Let's show you the poll results here. Yes, looks like here we go. Let's pop this up. With 16 votes in, 16 votes, come on, people. 75% Coke, 25% Pepsi. So only 25% of you are wrong. That's good. That's very good. All right. So anyway, billionaire hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones asserts all roads lead to inflation. That's why I'm invested in gold. I'm long-term optimistic about its value. I hope smart people who protect their wealth have a good Tuesday. Okay, that's some guy talking about Paul Tudor. So that's for what that's worth. To you, to me, to whoever, I don't know. All right. Now, something else people are still talking about. And I mentioned this earlier. People are still freaking talking about McDonald's, man. Still talking about McDonald's. Now, interestingly enough, the top post on this particular topic on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, comes from Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And is he going to talk about the truth here? Let's see. He says fast food is a part of American culture, but that doesn't mean it has to be unhealthy and that we can make better choices. Did you know that McDonald's used to use beef tallow to make their fries from 1940 until phasing it out in favor of seed oils in 1990? This switch was made because saturated animal fats were thought to be unhealthy, but we have since discovered that seed oils are one of the driving causes of the obesity epidemic. I'm not done shy. Man, speaking of obesity epidemic, man, I was at Sam's Club. Now, I'm not bragging here, but since my surgery, I'm down 38 pounds. Now, that's a year ago when I had my surgery, got my hip replaced. And part of it is because I just changed my eating habits because I couldn't eat much right after my surgery. And then I kind of just stayed in that mode. I've lost 35 pounds since then. Now, I'm still overweight for my own concerns. I'd like to be down to about 220, which for some of you, we might go, 220, that's a fat ass. No, at 220, I look like fucking Manute Bowl, okay? But anyway, and it's that, I don't know. So anyway, but what's interesting is I was in I was at Sam's Club. And I'm looking around, and I don't really normally pay attention to it, but I'm looking around, and everyone is just fat as fuck in there. I'm a big dude. I'm 6'4", 270 now, or 260, 280 now. And but I'm not like round bubbly fat. I'm just bigger than a normal person. I'm more like a defensive end, okay? I'm built like a defensive end in the NFL, okay? Except not as muscular. But I don't look fat, but I look bigger than a normal person because I'm carrying a little extra weight. But we're talking like my 600-pound life walking around everywhere in Sam's Club. And I'm like, what the actual fuck is going on? And I'm like, it's part of it is we eat shitty food. And I've been learning a lot about food lately. I've been, a couple food accounts and all the stuff that's in your food. And I'm glad and Robert Kennedy's one of these people who advocate for different things about food. And I'm like, oh, he makes sense now. You accept me for where I am. I'm not, I don't even, I don't feel bad about myself because I was as fat as I was, but I just feel better now that I've lost some weight and I have less pain in other joints. But I was just like, holy shit, what is going on in this Sam's? I mean, and all the little scooter carts that they have available for people who are like super fat were all being used, and I'm like, they're all rolling around, and I'm like, what happened? I just never noticed. I never pay attention to it. But I guess I know, and I'm not necessarily, I don't intend to fat shame people, but I just it was just weird that I noticed it all at once. I'm like, holy shit, everyone here is fucking fat. Am I that fat? Well, I'm not that fat. Anyway, what was he saying here? Because saturated animal fats are thought to be unhealthy, but we have since discovered that seed oils are one of the driving causes of the obesity epidemic. Interestingly enough, this began to drastically rise about the same time fast food restaurants switched from beef tallow to seed oils in their fryers. And we're seeing that in a lot of foods that they use seed oils. And I guess seed oils are really shitty for you. People who enjoy a burger with fries on a night out aren't to blame. And Americans should have every right to eat out at a restaurant without being unknowingly poisoned by heavily subsidized seed oils. It's time to make frying oil tallow again. By the way, things that are cooked in tallow really taste good. There's a restaurant that we go to. It's in Meesville, Minnesota, and they cook their fries in beef tallow or oil, and my God, they taste so much better. I didn't even realize it. But anyway, hey, Kevin S., double chunk chocolate cookie, right? So anyway, I just thought that was interesting as far as the McDonald's thing. But also, people are now, and again, this one's my favorite. I can't believe Donald Trump would stage a photo op at McDonald's for political purposes. Who would do such a thing, right? That is so funny. Oh, but McDonald's here staging photo ops. Oh, where's the one? I wish they would just have a whole thing of photo ops. Oh, Trump's McDonald's visit was staged when he got the White House, having a fake White House here, doing a shot for Joe Biden. McDonald's teaching a master class on navigating political waters with grace. So here's McDonald's statement. McDonald's USA. Earlier today, former President Donald Trump visited a McDonald's restaurant in Pennsylvania following a request made to our local franchise. As we have seen, our brand has been a fixture of conversation this election cycle. While we have not sought this, it's a testament to how much McDonald's resonates with so many Americans. McDonald's does not endorse candidates for elected office, and that remains true in this race for the next president. We are not red or blue. We are golden, baby. Though we are not a political brand, we've been proud to hear former President Trump's love for McDonald's and Vice President Harris's fond memories working under the arches, not confirmed, while we and our franchisees don't have records for all positions dating back to the early 80s. What makes 1 in 8 so powerful is the shared experience so many Americans have had. When owner-operator Derek Gianquamantonio, because that's what his name looks like to me right now, was approached by local law enforcement regarding former President Trump's desire to visit a Pennsylvania restaurant, he was proud to highlight how he and his team serve their local community and make delicious food with seed oils with our world-famous French fries. Upon learning of the former president's request, we approached it, though, through the lens of one of our core values. We like to make money, motherfuckers. No, we open our doors to everyone. Aww, aww. It's with the same approach that franchisees have invited Vice President Harris and Governor Walz to their restaurants in order to share how McDonald's provides meaningful pathways to economic opportunity and feeds and fosters local communities. As the election season nears its completion, the resources we've shared in recent months will be especially important for franchisees and restaurant teams and suppliers. Please continue in reference to the election toolkits previously shared and available in the links above for company employees. Be on the lookout for a reminder of the resources available to continue to support you. The strength of our brand and always comes down to our people. McDonald's resonance and relevance is stronger than ever. This has been hard earned on your efforts and our collective belief in the power of us. All 3 legs of the stool. Thank you for everything you do for our brand, for servicing our customers and communities with great pride, for upholding our core values and opening our doors to all and making every bunch of fat motherfuckers. Anyway, so there you go. That's McDonald's statement. That's pretty astute, showing that they're for all. Let's see. Reporter, did you work at again? This is reporter? Did you work at McDonald's? Kamala, I did. McDonald's just released a statement saying they don't have records confirming her claim. Well, whatever. Oh yeah, Trump at McDonald's stage, her holding her hands back like she's being arrested. Remember AOC here? She's one of the ones screaming about it the most, I guess. Who knows? All right. Should we watch one little clip? Let's see what this brother has to say about the trip to McDonald's, Donald John Trump. Here we go.
You know what's really annoying right now?
What?
People on the internet saying, Donald Trump staged it, McDonald's, oh my God, is anything shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Okay? Shut the fuck up, all right? Listen, of course McDonald's was closed. The fuck you think it's going to be a regular day at McDonald's? Donald Trump is inside the McDonald's. The former U.S. president, soon to be number 47, is inside the McDonald's. You think Secret Service is going to let the McDonald's run like a regular day? You sound stupid. Second of all, well, the news reporters, and then they was letting only certain people through the pay attention. Do you think that nobody had to be screened? The Secret Service didn't have to make sure that they screened everyone coming through the drive-through, the few people that did? Once again, you sound fucking stupid. You're getting close to the president. You're getting close. Everybody has to go through screening. So yes, only a few lucky individuals was able to go through the drive-through. Everybody couldn't. Come on now. This ain't no full shift. He doesn't really work at McDonald's. I'm not sure if the left is just doing this on purpose or they really lost their mind. I don't know. I really don't know. Somebody please tell me. Like they
Tell
really
me please.
thought
Tell
that
me
McDonald's
please.
would be open like a regular day and any old fucking body could just walk in there. They really think this. Really? They really think this. Oh Lord, can we just vote?
But what about the poor people who couldn't
Vote,
get their
y'all.
fries
Please,
that day?
Please, y'all, just vote. Go vote. Go vote. I don't
Okay.
care who you vote
All
for.
right. You get the gist. So, all right. Let's. By the way, Newsweek is also still trending. I think because of the McDonald's thing. Although other outlets had a different take. Here is the New York Post. Hail to the chef who is making our French fries. Hail to the chef who is flipping burgers and dropping them out the drive-through window. I wrote that, by the way. Let's see. Another people, where would we be without corporate media telling us that Donald Trump is not an actual McDonald's employee and is not currently rostered with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Oh, yeah. Here you go. Trump's, it was a staged event. Here is Anderson Cooper in the floodwaters. And what was that, Katrina, when he did this shit? And then there's this cameraman up there. But yes, it was staged. My God, that's funny. I should just do a whole bit on stage. Oh, by the way, people were losing their minds over this. This is the Pittsburgh Steeler thing. The press is actually going insane. Newsweek, Donald Trump shared what is likely an AI-generated image on his Truth Social account showing him as a player for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, Newsweek wrote that? Oh, my God. Oh my God! Did they actually do a fact check on this photograph? No, dummies. We thought that, my God, Donald Trump is now playing for the Pittsburgh fucking Steelers. Holy shit. I didn't even, that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers thing was. Newsweek. This is, Donald Trump has shared what is likely an AI generated image. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Is this one real though? This one's real. This one has to be real. That's oh my God. That's funny as hell. And at first I thought it was real. I thought for sure. Oh, here's another one. Oh no, this is not real either. The New York, wait, that's a Chicago Bears uniform with a bad zero. Is this one real? Is this one real? I don't know. Holy shit, these people are so dumb. Oh, 3-Year Letterman. This is one of my favorite accounts because it's a parody of a former star. Not all were in agreement. Wait a minute. Not all were in agreement, however. Some argued that the drills were an important part of learning the sport despite the severe risk of head injury. As youth football coaching legend, one Twitter user, oh no! Did they? This is the same Newsweek that we're writing about this 3-Year Letterman guy. He's a parody account. They're talking about head injuries, I guess. Not all were in agreement, however. Some argued that the drills were an important part of learning the sport despite the risk of severe head injury. Quote, as a youth football coaching legend, wrote one Twitter user, I encourage parents to have their kids do similar drills at much younger ages than this to ensure they are mentally ready. Those two kids learn more in this 5-second drill than they will ever learn in a full school year. Oh my God. They quoted a parody account for another article. So yeah, Newsweek is making an ass of themselves on all accounts. Yesterday. Is this photo doctored? Donald Trump fixing the ice cream machines that never work. Oh my God. I'm dying. I'm dying. That's hilarious. All right. Also, apparently people are upset about Donald Trump making a joke about Arnold Palmer. Let's see. Let me find if I can find the clip. Arnold Palmer's trending. Well, here, let's let Jake Tapper. Let's let Jake Tapper has turned into such a, I don't even want to call him a Karen, but he's a scold all of a sudden. Anything Donald Trump does, he's a scold. And so he's talking to Mike Johnson here, and apparently this has something about apparently Donald Trump made a joke about the club Arnold Palmer swinging. And so Jake Tapper's very, very upset about Donald Trump making jokes. Here's this clip.
I'm sure that you think that a policy debate would be better than a personality debate, but if President Biden had gone on stage and spoke about the size of a pro golfer's penis, I think
oh my God,
on this show right
Jake Tapper is talking about going to mention the penis. Let's see if he mentions it again.
now, saying you were shocked and appalled, and you would suggest it.
By the way, Barack Obama made a joke about Donald Trump's penis in a public arena, and lots of people on Twitter were so just giddy laughing about it when he did this thing. Remember when he did that in some speech?
Was evidence of his cognitive decline. I wonder how Trump's remarks, not just the one about Arnold Palmer on his, quote, manhood, but everything we've heard from Trump this week, how it fits in with the analysis that the New York Times offered a few days ago. They looked at his speeches from 2015 and 2016 and looked at his speeches today and said, quote, with the passage of time, the 78-year-old former president's speeches have grown darker, harsher, longer, angrier, less focused, more profane, and increasingly fixated on the past.
You mean someone in the New York Times wrote something negative about Donald Trump? I am shocked. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That never happens.
I know you want to talk about policy, and I respect that, but
no, you don't. If you respected that, Jake, you'd be talking about policy right now. So you don't respect that. You like talking about Arnold Palmer's penis because Donald Trump made a joke.
It's not up 10 points is because of comments like that one, where people do have concerns about his fitness, his acuity, and his stability.
Really? No, this is a narrative that you guys are coming up with. That's called a narrative, Jake, and you guys are trying to do a narrative. Hello, Woo. What's up, my friend? It's a narrative, Jake.
Why is he talking about Arnold Palmer's penis?
Oh, now you said, Jake, I think you like saying the words Arnold Palmer's penis. I'm curious as to why you like saying Arnold Palmer's penis, because that's twice now. Very pronounced. Jake?
In front of Pennsylvania voters.
Jake, you seem to like that line a lot. Let me...
Ah! I didn't watch this first.
Tell you that Donald Trump is doing rallies nonstop around the country.
Let me just say something. I don't want to be talking about this.
All right.
Donald Trump is out there saying it. It is.
But you continue to. Let's talk about.
Because you won't.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You won't address it. He is out there talking to.
No,
voters
I'll address it.
About what, Jake? Say it again, Jake. Say it again, Jake.
Okay, don't say it again. We don't have to say it. I get it. There's lines in a rally. When President Trump is at a rally, sometimes he'll speak for 2 straight hours. You're questioning his stamina, his mental acuity. Joe Biden couldn't do that for 5 minutes.
Ding, Ding. He's talking about, he's because he jokes about shit all the time. And you just don't get it, Jake. You just don't get it. Well, you may get it, if you know what I mean. I'm so immature. Fuck. I can say Arnold Palmer's penis as many times as I want, and no one will think twice, because I say stupid shit all the time. Hello, you're a ridiculous moon enthusiast, a.k.a. lunatic, and Kevin S. is in the house. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you, Avocados Diablo sponsors the show another time with another small bullet. Thank you very much, Avocados Diablo, who says, Avocados Diablo says, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but in 2015 and 16, wasn't there complaint that all he did was ridicule people? Now they're saying he didn't do so, and him doing so now is a sign of cognitive decline. Yeah, that's pretty much that. You know what? Look, they try to throw the spaghetti on the wall or shit, because now that they're, the guy that they said was sharp, the guy that said was sharp is no longer the race. So now they can use that line of attack against Donald Trump. It's kind of lame. But anyway, so lots of people. So the whole joke about the penis here, I think Megyn Kelly. This is 10 minutes. I'm not going to do 10 minutes on this. Let's see. Emily Jasinski and Ellen and Jay Johnson on how Trump's funny story about Arnold Palmer led to the media pretending to be deeply offended. That's what it is. They're pretending to be they're pretending to be deeply offended. But not just a month ago, Barack Obama did the same fucking thing when he was making a joke about Donald Trump's penis. Okay? Penis. Oh, Avocados Dabbly, Megyn Kelly. Okay, AD, I wasn't going to play it because it's a 10-minute clip, and I'll probably cut it off, but I'll play enough of it for you because you're one of my greatest supporters of this show. And you know what? For you, I will sacrifice some Megyn Kelly time. So here we go. Let's watch this clip with Megyn Kelly for just specifically for Avocados Diablo. Oh, Woodcut is in the house. What's up? Hello, Woodcutter. Here we go.
The media has also made a lot of hay about Trump's comment about Arnold Palmer.
His dick!
Arnold Palmer, famous golfer. I mean, like more famous than Tiger Woods, arguably. I mean, they're one.
Well, traditionally more famous. Certainly he's like the grand poobah of golf. Okay, when I think golf, and it comes Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, maybe Ben Crenshaw. Well, not Ben Crenshaw so much, but Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods. Yeah, that's about it. That's when I think of golf. Those are the first three names that come to mind.
2 or 2 and 1, whichever. And Trump went to Arnold Palmer's hometown in Pennsylvania over the weekend and got to storytelling. It was one of his rallies. The way he does. If you listen to Trump rallies, he's always telling you some sort of story. And part of the fun is he's a celebrity. He's been a celebrity his whole life. So he's got a story about everyone and everything.
Yep.
And it's kind of fun to hear his stories about.
But, okay, wait. All I'm want to know, and maybe we should do a poll. Will Megyn Kelly, how do you see, she spells it that way. Megyn Kelly, say the words. Now you got to vote quick on this one, comma, quote, Arnold, if I could fucking type, Palmer's penis. Oops. Okay. I'm going to give you about 13 seconds to vote. Oh, no, that's Q&A. What the hell did I just do there? I don't want a Q&A. Sorry, we're not doing a Q&A about Arnold Palmer's penis. Let's do a poll, no pun intended, about Arnold Palmer's penis. All right. Oh, damn it. This is okay. I screwed this up. Okay, you can just answer yes or no. You know the question. I'm not even going to put a question up there. APP. Will she say the words Arnold Palmer's penis? All right, there we go. You got about 15 seconds to answer because I'm going to keep playing this now. All right. Okay, you've had your chance to vote. Here we go.
These people, since he was in Arnold Palmer's hometown and sort of playing on, hey, Arnold Palmer, a great golfer, he took a turn on his story of Arnold Palmer, though not in the explicit terms the media would have you believe. Oh, the reference is obvious.
He didn't say cock.
Here it is.
Arnold Palmer was all man, and I say that in all due respect to women, and I love women. But this guy,
Did he say
is a
penis?
guy that was all man. This man was strong and tough. And I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God.
What?
That's unbelievable. I had to say it. I had to say it. We have women that are highly sophisticated here, but they used to look at Arnold and say, man, but he was really something special. And I had to tell you the shower part of it because it's true. What can I tell?
Oh, they're so offended. The media is so offended. Wait,
we
what?
want to be honest. We want to be upfront. It's true.
Don't wait. Avocado Sally says, "Don't answer me." And I got to see what you asked. She will say, "Dick." She has no filter anymore. No, technology is hard. Yes. Okay. Nothing. There's no questions here. So there you go. Wendy, this is the best show on YouTube, and penis is in many books that are read by children by drag queens in libraries all over the U.S. Now, will kids want to become golfers? Well, maybe. Oh, Davis Love III. Yeah, but no. Sorry. I as much as I thought Davis Love III was a great golfer, nope, I don't. When I think golf, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods. Maybe Phil Mickelson, just because lefty. Okay, so anyway, so he made a joke about Arnold Palmer swinging a big club, okay? Now, I'm giving you 2 more minutes of Megyn Kelly, and then I'm stopping this shit. I don't care, AD.
To the jury that this is part of Trump's comedy routine. Like, he's doing stand-up, and the media just doesn't either get it or I don't know.
Look at the big smile. Wait, hold on. Is it just me? Oh, and Happy Gilmore. That's important. Is it just me? Or is Megan smiling a little harder than normal right now? Just thinking about, never mind.
This is a friend of mine, Jake Tapper, not getting it, not appreciating it over on CNN.
Well, Jake's a scold. He's a bitch.
Talking about substantive issues.
Here we go.
Closing message. You want voters to hear from Donald Trump stories about Arnold Palmer's penis?
I'm sorry. I think Mike Johnson's comeback, just asking him, you're a little obsessed with that. We're a little obsessed with that, aren't you?
Well, listen, I think that the headline that I read about the rally in Pennsylvania yesterday was the big question, and it's the one that Kamala Harris has not been able or willing to answer, and that is, are you better off now than you were under the Trump administration 4 years ago?
But if President Biden
he did say
had
it
gone
3
on
times.
stage and spoke about the size of a pro golfer's penis, I think you would be on this show right now saying you were shocked and appalled, and you would suggest it was evidence of his cognitive decline. Why is he talking about Arnold Palmer's penis in front of Pennsylvania voters?
I can't. The way Jake says it so fucking seriously, too. It's hilarious. Why is he talking about Arnold Palmer's penis? That goofy
line a lot.
look.
Let me tell you that Donald Trump is doing rallies nonstop around the country.
Just say something.
You like that line a lot. That is hilarious.
Donald Trump is out there saying it.
Okay, listen here, Lord Stanhope, and everyone else talking about golf. Bob Barker's the best golfer. No, he was the best character in that movie because he was himself. And when he said, who was it? When Adam Sandler says, "The price is wrong, bitch," and then hits him, and then Bob Barker goes and beats the shit out of him, that was the funniest part of the movie. Anyway, no, Greg Norman, no, I like Greg Norman, but I don't think, certainly if I hear Greg Norman, I think golf, but when I think golf, I don't think Greg Norman. I think Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and Tiger Woods. So there you go. All right.
I mean, truly, what kind of a former president would take the national stage and make a D reference about another person? Like, who? It would cause every media personality to go into full meltdown. I mean, Jake and everyone else, would it not? Or wait.
There's the childish.
Now here it is.
The crazy conspiracy theories. This weird obsession with crowd sizes.
Yeah, no, oh my God, this is at the Democratic National Convention. He makes a dick joke. Thank you, Avocado Stably. Another small bullet in the tip jar. You're still the Streamlab Superstar sponsor of the day. Who says, Arnold Palmer's penis. Oh my God. I am only reading someone else's words here. Arnold Palmer's penis, one of the few that haven't been in Kamala's mouth. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my God. I disavow. Thank you, Avocado Stably. But the jokes are good. The jokes are good. So anyway, we're not going to watch any more of that. But if you go scroll through this link of Arnold Palmer stuff, it'll be in the link. It'll be there somewhere. All right. And also Jesus is in the Jesus is in the trending topics today, and that's because Kamala Harris at a rally. Apparently someone said Jesus is Lord, and good old Kamala Harris had a response to that has people raising eyebrows. Here we go. Okay, so here someone says Christ is King. That's what someone yelled out. Jesus is Lord.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Oh. Okay. Now I'm going to listen to what else they put in this clip. But that's an odd thing to say, just since the other day she was talking about her growing up in the church, bona fides, which I'm not sure what church she grew up in, living with her Indian mother who's Hindu. But it could have happened. She's claimed being, and then she named some pastor. Maybe she went to church when she was in college, but growing up in the church, I don't know about growing up in the church. Anyway, so now, and again, I don't care if Kamala Harris is religious and whatever, but just it came off as so dismissing and of a large quantity of humans that are Christians in the United States. So it just seems like a faux pas. Instead of just saying thank you and continuing on, even if she wanted to ignore it, it would seem like that'd be the thing, And so I'm confused. But anyway, what else she say?
I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
Oh, so you Christians who say things like Jesus is Lord and Christ is King should just go to the smaller rally down the street. Okay, that's fine. It seems just it's very, and so people are upset about that. Hello, Reaccion Puerto Rico, who has a new coffee that I'm going to sample. I will definitely put it on the show too. Anyway.
22%.
Now some they laced that clip with this one.
Of Americans identify as Catholic.
22%.
Catholics will be a key demographic in every battleground state. I'm sorry, why is Vice President Harris not here? This is a room full of Catholics and Jews
in New York
City. This is a layup for the Democratic nominee. I mean, in her defense, I mean, she did find time to appear on The View, Howard Stern, Colbert, and the longtime staple of campaigning, the Call Her Daddy podcast.
A Harris surrogate. And
okay, so then they're going to show, one of the jokes was that she was in Michigan getting communion from Gretchen Whitmer.
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer is now apologizing for this Dorito moment that some Catholics were outraged by and said that it was mocking the sacrament of Holy Communion.
It kind of was. Anyway, so, so anyway, a lot of people are giving Kamala shit about that. Here is Ben Carson.
This election is about whether we are a secular nation or are we one nation under God. And you know, it was a long time ago, but Benjamin Franklin, when he came out of that Constitution Hall after...
Oh, wait, what is this? Wait, hang on. Maybe I read this right. Okay, Ben Carson, we have someone running for president who recently said in a crowd, when someone said Jesus Christ is Lord, that you're in the wrong crowd. She didn't have the time to think about what she was going to say. She said what was in her heart, which pretty much, I mean, you know, so anyway, that's why Jesus is trending. That's enough of that. All right, moving on. Now, here's the big thing of the day. And we're not talking about Arnold Palmer. Oh wait, Social Security is trending too. Why is that? Kamala. Oh, well, this isn't part of the thing with Liz Cheney. So she was asked about Social Security. Let's go to the Liz Cheney and Kamala Harris town hall. And there are several clips people are posting, so we'll just kind of go through a few of them. Let's start with this one though that I had that Glenn Greenwald put here. When Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney endorsed Kamala, embarrassed liberals said the only reason was the Cheneys believe in election integrity, though they think Cheney stole the 2000 election. Cheney kept saying no because we agree with her foreign policy. And also Kamala says it today. So here's, I guess there was a question about foreign policy. And this is interesting because remember, well, obviously the Sith Lord, Dick Cheney, probably is one of those guys who didn't know a war he didn't like. And Liz Cheney followed in her father's footsteps. Here's the question.
Bringing the allies together is because they are fully aware of, and remember, to the Congresswoman's point, World War II, remember, this concept.
This is funny because she gives us basically a junior high lesson on World War II.
Of isolation, we were once there as a nation, and then Pearl Harbor happened. Let's remember recent history. Europe remembers it well. When we got attacked, Pearl Harbor, we jumped in. And it is because America jumped in that we were ultimately able to win that war. And it should be a constant reminder.
Because we jumped in or because we produced a lot of weapons and sent a lot of people over there? I mean, not knocking winning World War II, but I'm just saying that we didn't win because we decided to get in. We won because once we got in, we kicked some ass on our responsibility of the war, and we had some pretty decent allies who whooped the Germans' asses too, specifically the Russian on the Eastern Front, and us, France, Canada, and Great Britain on the Western Front, and other people who jumped in too. So we said, fuck you, Hitler. Go kill yourself. And he did. So there you go. Anyway.
Reminder to us, we have to remember history. That isolationism, which is exactly what Donald Trump is pushing.
False. That is false. Again, they keep making this thing about, Donald Trump wants to get out of NATO. No. He wants NATO to be more. Here's something they should love about Donald Trump. Donald Trump wants NATO to be more fair and equitable. We want everyone to do their fair share. And right now, we're doing the lion's share of everyone's fair share. So we want everyone else to do their fair share. Isn't that what you guys say about taxes and billionaires and all that shit all the time?
Pull out of NATO? Abandon our friends?
Nope, nope, not at all. He just wants them to step up. Because we put our percentage of GDP into defense, and he wants everyone else to reach their goals that were set back when they came up with this thing called NATO.
Isolationism is not insulation. It is not insulation. It will not insulate us from harm in terms of our national security.
No, 2 very large oceans on each side of our country and allies to the north and south insulate us. It'd be very tough. It would be very hard for the rest of the world to try to attack us, as it would be, and unfortunately we're able to branch our fingers out across 2 oceans and across the world. And maybe sometimes that's not a good thing, but you know what I'm saying.
So I say that to emphasize a point that the Congresswoman made, and the other point I'd make is also check out where he's been on how he thinks about America's military and service members.
Oh, here you go, telling some lies.
One of the great, great American heroes, a prisoner of war, John McCain. Remember how he...
Yeah, let's not talk about John McCain. Sure, he's a war hero, I guess. Obviously, he was not leaving his men admirable when he had a chance to, and stayed a prisoner of war. Okay, now I don't knock John McCain. His political career, I'm kind of pretty wishy-washy. Okay, and towards the end, I was in the fuck him camp. Okay, but yes, sir, his service was his admirable, exemplary, whatever. That doesn't mean Donald Trump has to like his politics. His politics were all about showcasing John McCain. So whatever. All right. So other people talking about this meeting of the minds of Kamala Harris. Here's one. Oh, by the way, the moderator for this town hall admitted something that should raise eyebrows, because, by the way, it's a town hall with no questions from the town. Listen to this.
You're not, unfortunately. We have some predetermined questions.
Predetermined questions? In a town hall? Not people could just come up and ask questions?
And hopefully I'll be able to ask some of the questions that might be in your head. I hope so. You're not.
Oh, is that Maria Shriver? Yes, it is. Yeah, that's Arnie's wife, isn't it? Yeah. So they predetermined the question. So, they got notes. This is like the Hillary debate, where in the Democratic debate where Hillary got the questions ahead of time. This is this too. So they get to ask questions with prepared answers. What was that about? Fake photo op? They keep talking about McDonald's. Meanwhile, she's taking fake questions at a town hall. That seems a weird town hall. Liz Cheney hates Donald Trump more than she loves America. In 2020, she campaigned against Harris, calling her a radical liberal. Cheney is an unconscionable fraud. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't even have that on the screen, did I? Here, I'll put this back on. Or here, let's put it out here. Liz Cheney is deceitful, arrogant, self-righteous as her old man, perhaps more so. Here she is in 2022 claiming Trump tried to contact a J6 committee witness. She said she referred the matter to the Department of Justice. Cheney never proved her allegations, but it didn't matter. Well, and also, Liz Cheney contacted a J6 witness and helped prepare her testimony, and they lied. Let's see, any other clips from this town hall, though? Good God. Host admits the audience can't actually ask questions. Is there a single person in America who will be persuaded to vote Democrat by Liz Cheney? This Kamala Harris campaign has completely lost the plot. Yeah, what are they thinking? Do they think that Liz Cheney is that popular? Kamala and Liz Cheney in depression mode after Donald Trump dominated the news cycle yesterday at McDonald's. There is zero excitement in this CNN crowd. Let's hear this.
Again, in many, many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man. But the consequences of him being president of the United States are brutally serious.
Oh, yes.
There are things that he says that will be the subject of skits and laughter and jokes.
You know, Kamala, Saturday Night Live has discovered you, and they seem to be pretty good at doing skits and jokes about you too. We love Donald Trump because he has a sense of humor and comes across as a regular guy. You know, like most Americans, SNL does their opening skit about you every week because you are such a joke and a clown. That's the fact that you were sitting next to Liz Cheney proves it. I thought there were more clips in this. I want to, let's see, maybe they have somewhere. I bet Liz Cheney didn't see this coming as Kamala drops her nude word salad. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Here's something from the Liz Cheney. Apparently, there's a word salad moment here. Let's put that on the screen. Why is Les Nessman in the crowd? I don't know. I didn't see Les back there.
A man who's unfit to be the president of this good and honorable and great nation. We have the choice of somebody in Vice President Harris who you know is going to uphold the rule of law. You know that she's going to lead this country with a sincere heart.
We have to tap into and rejoice, frankly, in the spirit of who we are as Americans. And we are an ambitious people. We have aspirations. We have dreams. We are optimistic by nature.
Yes.
And we, I think, value certain qualities in our leaders.
Okay.
Man who's
I don't know why they cut that off. Maybe that she said something smart after that. Because people cut off people. People take people out of context all the time. But there's certainly at times when she answers a question where it is complete word salad. Liz Cheney. This is the question though. Okay, let's finish with this because I'm pretty much out of time anyway. Here's the one though that a lot of people are talking about, and I find the question somewhat hilarious. Like, just listen to this shit.
I will just end this by saying, and I also know, because I have spent time with Vice President Harris, because I have come to understand what she believes about how she will govern.
Get it out!
That she will be a president for all Americans, that she's committed to listening and committed to having viewpoints, some of which, come from different ends of the political spectrum. And if you think about how you conduct, your life outside of politics, how we all conduct our everyday lives, those are the kinds of people that you trust. Those are the kinds of people you can work with. Like if you wouldn't hire somebody to babysit your kids, like you shouldn't make that guy the president of the United States. I mean, that's like pretty basic.
Now, if you wouldn't hire that person to babysit your kids, you would not hire them to be the president of the United States. Okay, let's think about that. Donald Trump has raised 5 kids. Now, granted, they probably had nannies and help, whatever, but he's had young children in his house running around. He's had kids. I bet there isn't even a tiny, again, a smidgen of an opportunity that he may have actually changed a diaper once in his life. Maybe, maybe not. But he has 5 kids. 4 grown, 1 just finished high school. And all of his children seem to love him and support him, which gives me an idea that perhaps Donald Trump would at least be a responsible babysitter if he were to just watch someone else's kids. And I'm sure with 5 kids, sometimes your kids' friends come over and, the parents trust you with them, whatever. Okay, let's think about that. Okay, we got Donald Trump. Would I want him to babysit my kids? Well, maybe not at 78 years old, but then again, I'm trying to think of a president that I would want to babysit my kids, and I really can't think of one. Maybe Jack Kennedy, because he was young and had young kids and understood them and whatnot. You know, Bill Clinton, hell to the fuck no. Barack Obama, well, we don't know if his kids are his, so who knows? Shit, that was wrong. Yeah, I can't, not too many presidents I would want to babysit my kids. But then let's get to Kamala Harris. Why in the fuck would I ever think of having Kamala Harris babysit my kids? Kamala Harris doesn't have any children. Oh, wait, she has those 2 stepkids. The model and the older one. Those aren't her kids. She didn't raise them. When she married Doug Emhoff, the girl was 15 years old and the boy was 24 years old. The boy was an adult child. The girl was in high school. So Kamala Harris has never raised no damn kids. Why? I wouldn't hire her to dog sit my dog. Well, maybe the dog sit my dog. That's easy. Just be in the house and let him out when he has to pee. My dog taps the sliding glass door window. So that's a stupid thing to say, Liz Cheney, and I certainly wouldn't hire you or your dad to babysit my kids. Shut the fuck up. She is barren. Yes. Hello, A. Pony, my favorite Canadians in the house. Yeah, she didn't have any kids. Like, I wouldn't hire her to raise my kids. In fact, because she talks to kids like they're stupid. Shit, when my kids were young, they were smarter than anything she's ever said. So that was just weird. All right, I sort of have to go, right? But Gunfox to the rescue, or not to the rescue, just he jumped in like all of a sudden. Thank you, Gunfox61, for dropping a Hamilton in the tip jar, and you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you, sir. Dropping a Hamilton in the tip jar for tomorrow. More trouble for Boeing. Oh my gosh, there was a great, I saw a great video today. Thank you, Gunfox, and we'll save. Will we save it for tomorrow? We'll tell you what. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oh my gosh, we got another one. And you are more the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor today. Also for tomorrow, oh really? Okay, we'll do these tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. No, we're doing this one right now. Let's see. Why isn't that coming up? Click the link. There we go. Oh, this is on MSNBC legal blog. Just prepare yourself. Thank you, Gunfox. Remember, Donald Trump shouldn't even be eligible for the presidency after January 6th. Really? Really? Based on what? Are you claiming that was an insurrection? This is by Jordan Rubin, he's a Trump hater. And this is the second in a 5-part series called Protecting the Election, as former President Donald Trump and many of his allies refused to concede his defeat in the 2020 election. This MSNBC daily series brings election law and policy experts to explore the many threats to certifying election results at both state and national levels. Well, that's interesting because you have nothing that says that he violated any amendment. But here we go. Let's read this. We'll do the Boeing one tomorrow. Thank you, Gunfox. With former President Donald Trump on the precipice of possibly becoming president again, let's recall that he is on the 2024 ballot thanks partly to the Supreme Court. Okay, listen up, dipshit. That's false. See, we already know that courts cannot determine federal election law. And so it was a losing idea in the first place. It's not because of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court confirmed what I told you when they started this bullshit. But let me continue. I'm not talking about the rule. Oh, I'm not talking about the ruling that granted him broad criminal immunity. No, not broad criminal immunity. Very limited immunity based on his job. Though the Roberts Court's handling of that appeal helped Trump push off a trial in the federal election interference case, possibly forever, if he wins the election and deploys his reacquired presidential power to crush it. I'm talking about another January 6th related appeal from the last Supreme Court term, one that more directly positioned the Republican to take office again, Trump versus Anderson. It was there that the justices reversed the Colorado Supreme Court's decision to keep the former president from the ballot. The case was technically about one state during the primary process, but the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling effectively scrapped nationwide efforts to enforce the constitutional provision barring oath-breaking insurrectionists from office. Well, first of all, the states can't determine if he was an insurrectionist. That would be the federal courts. As a reminder, here's what the post-Civil War provision, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment says. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or an elector of president or vice president. Oh, an elector of president or vice president? That doesn't include the president now, does it? That's one flaw, but there's many of them. Or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States, the president isn't an officer of the United States either, or as a member of any state legislature, or as any executive or judicial office of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid and comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may vote by a vote of 2/3 of each house to remove such a disability. Now, the other problem is the president isn't including in that. The other problem is you can't have a rebellion against yourself. Donald Trump was the president of the United States at the time. So there's, and the idea that the state courts can adjudicate this is also a problem. But anyway, in a lengthy December decision, a majority of Colorado's top court cited that language in agreeing that Trump engaged in the January 6th insurrection after having sworn to support the Constitution as president. Well, that's not their purview. We are mindful of the magnitude and weight of the questions now before us, the state court said in December 19th, adding, we are likewise mindful of our solemn duty to apply the law without fear or favor and without being swayed by public reaction to the decision that the law mandates we reach. The public reaction includes threats against Colorado judges. Right. Maine Secretary of State reached the same conclusion with no authority to do so later that month and was likewise threatened. Look, you just are trying to cry bully your way through this. I get it. Raising the stakes for the high court's inevitable intervention. The justices seemingly saw a Trump-friendly ruling as inevitable, too. During the February 8th hearing in Washington, Chief Justice John Roberts worried about the plain consequences of permitting states like Colorado to disqualify insurrectionist candidates. He mused. In very quick order, I would expect a goodly number of states will say whoever the Democratic candidate is, you're off the ballot. And others for the Republican candidate, you're off the ballot. And it comes down to just a handful of states that are going to decide the presidential election. That's a pretty daunting consequence. Yeah, see, if states could make those decisions each on their own, they're disenfranchising other states' ability to choose a president in an office that's a national office, not a state office. That could be understandable reaction from a random person not versed in the law or the facts. Oh, like you? But this is the Chief Justice of the United States. For one thing, casual observers know that a handful of states basically do decide elections in our skewed electoral college system. Because you're not electing a president by popular vote. You're electing the president of a confederation of states. So each state probably should only have one vote for the president. But we made a compromise to allow for some population adjustment. So be glad you even get more than one vote for each state, because it's the president of the United States, not the president of the people of the United States, if you get the distinction. And more to the point, if any Democratic insurrectionists are blocked from the ballot too, then that's their problem. Even if Roberts' stated concern was well-founded, it didn't grapple with the law. Kind of did. But the consequentialist view would prevail. It was just a matter of the court figuring out how to legally accomplish the practical goal of keeping Trump on the ballot. No. When does... It was unsigned per curiam ruling, though it was actually authored by Roberts, according to the New York Times report. It was 9-0, you dipshits. This one was 9-0, I think. I'm pretty sure. It was, yeah, this was 9-0. That's why it was per curiam. It was 9-0. Though it was actually authored by Roberts, according to the New York Times report, that wasn't confirmed by NBC News or MSNBC. While the justices were unanimous on the bottom line that states couldn't disqualify presidential candidates, the Times reported the internal machinations. 4 of the conservatives were pushing to go beyond that and ruled that the Constitution prohibition would require congressional action to take effect. Such a decision would provide greater protection for Mr. Trump to prevent him from taking office if he won re-election. Congress would have to vote to enforce the insurrectionist ban. Well, no, oh my God. You have to have some sort of adjudication for the insurrection before you can claim it and being an insurrection. There's a definition of insurrection, and you would have to be found guilty of it. And they're trying. Roberts joined those 4 Republican appointees in the opinion that sparked 2 separate ones, both of which highlighted the lack of unanimity on the court. One of them came from 3 Democratic appointees, though styled a concurrence in the judgment, meaning the bottom line, it reads at points more like a straight-up dissent, accusing the majority of needlessly resolving novel constitutional questions to insulate this court and petitioner from future controversy. The other separate opinion came from the Trump appointee, Amy Coney Barrett, adding her own bizarre when she has a different thought, to the affair. She agreed with the Democratic appointees that the majority went too far, but nonetheless chided the trio for stridency in how it expressed disagreement. Getting back to the substance of the matter, consider the view of conservative law professor William Budd. I don't give a fuck what William Budd said when it was a 9-0 decision, dickhead. Sorry, I got a little emotional there. He previously clerked for Roberts and co-authored key scholarship before the ruling, explaining why Trump is disqualified, and intriguingly maintained in a post-ruling piece that Trump is still disqualified. He wrote an op-ed for that decision after the decision of the Supreme Court. Don't care. Swiftly overruled the Colorado decision without even confronting the question of whether Mr. Trump had engaged in an insurrection. Guess what? That's not their role. They don't get to do that. That has to happen way down the line first. You have to have someone adjudicate that, like maybe in a regular court first. You can't skip the hot water heater when you draw the bath. I made that one up. Instead, the question of whether Trump had engaged in insurrection wasn't before the court. Anyway, that wasn't the question, because no one's ever said officially that he was. Instead, it concocted an argument not raised by any of the parties that states specifically lack the power to consider this part of the Constitution in making ballot access decisions. Right. Trump versus Anderson holding lacked any real basis in text and history. It kind of does, and also it is at odds with the basic structure of the Electoral College, in which states have primary authority to decide how their state slates of electors are chosen. The ruling's real function was to let the court reverse the Colorado Supreme Court and avoid a political firestorm that might have ensued without requiring the court to take sides on what happened on January 6th. Oh, so you're saying this is kind of like the Obamacare ruling? They really just didn't want to, they wanted to avoid a political firestorm of overruling Obamacare. So is that what you're saying this is like? Indeed, the available evidence, the hearing, the decision, investigative reporting suggests the court started from the conclusion that Trump just had to stay on the ballot and then attempts to reason backwards from there. No, I told you what was going to happen. If y'all motherfuckers just listed me, someone who's not a lawyer, has no, I'm not a constitutional expert, but I can fucking read. And no doubt it's probably an understatement that a political firestorm would have ensued had the court held Trump to the Constitution. You're not holding to the Constitution because you have no basis for saying that he was engaged in insurrection. Look no further than the threats against judges and election officials who dared rule against him on the issue and others. Look no further than the Trump-backed violence of January 6th. No. It wasn't backed by Trump. And that's your problem. He didn't back the violence. Okay? That's your entire problem with this. You have no evidence that he backed the violence. The violence occurred while he was still making a speech. That's when it started. The people who breached the barricades, they did it when Trump was still speaking. And then the violence after that started while the people were standing around and the police started throwing flashbangs at the crowd and beating them with clubs. And so they fought back and it turned into a riot. So there. So what about this plain consequences, to use Chief Justice's concerned phrase, of an oath-breaking insurrectionist potentially running the country again? This time knowing he had broad criminal immunity heading into a second term, that consequence apparently was not daunting enough to move this court. Oh, the vapors. Okay, that's it. I got to go. Guys, thank you for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. I am going to drop these links right now before I forget. And I hope you all have a great day. I don't know if you have anything cool planned. I don't, other than work. And maybe plan a trip to. We got to go to a wedding, so planning a wedding trip. It's a destination wedding, and that's always fun. I should say. I wasn't going to say anything bad about it because it's going to be fun, but I can't really talk too deeply about it. Anyway. Here's today's links. 71% yes. Oh, motherfucker, this thing did this thing again. This drives me nuts. Google is fucking with me. And I can never, I don't know why. Every once in a while I'm in the middle of the show and it'll make me verify that I am me. And if I do something that changes the YouTube, whatever, when I have to reopen YouTube, and it just pisses me off. So there we go. All right, there we go. There's the links. No, I don't have any introduction to them. That's it. I got to go. My name is P-Dog Knight. See you tomorrow. I am out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.